Welcome back, everybody. It is another episode of Let's Play 35 plus years of Advanced Squad Leader, and today is still 3 September 1939. Surprisingly, unsurprisingly, I'm not quite sure anymore when it comes to dates. We are getting closer and closer to September 4th. I was going to say day 4 for some reason, which I guess technically is true. Anyways, we're getting close to day 4. It's another Monday, so it is a solo day. Still, unfortunately, still hoping that I find someone that has the time for Monday games. But that aside, I was tempted to look into BFP-115, but I think I might skip that one. For some context, it is a Polish versus Slovakian troop scenario, and I think that if I'm going to be playing that one at all, it would probably be with Rutin, because I think, if I remember correctly, he likes playing those as Slovakians. I was also tempted to play a scenario which I'm going to butcher completely. I think it's Bydgoszcz Coup. It's a scenario from ASL 20th anniversary scenario pack. But like I said, I have to actually look at that one because I don't think I looked it up before. Engineering Defeat, the scenario I'm playing today, BFP-114, kind of stuck out as just being slightly more interesting, if only because it has fewer categories of units, and I think overall fewer units, period. So, so yeah, and before, well, if those other September 3rd scenarios do get played, then we will. Otherwise, we'll go into September 4th, and it'll probably end up being, I think it's Madchek Fire Brigade is kind of it's a really well-known one. Got reprinted into the actual official what's the inventory of scenarios, if you want to call it that, but also in a sort of nice way. 4, 5, 6, 7. The rest of the days in September start to get a little less cluttered than we saw on for September 1st, and partly the same for September 2nd. So, with that preamble aside, today, like I said, BFP-114 Engineering Defeat. This is a scenario that features, as one can certainly imagine at this point, the Polish troops versus the Germans. In this case, the Polish troops are defending, so I'm no longer attacking with the Polish guys. The Germans are attacking, and the goal is to essentially go across one map and capture 3 out of 4 buildings. So these buildings, if you are not looking at the map for whatever reason, are V5, X4, AA6, and CC8. They're not all stone buildings, so that's something to keep in mind. They're all multi-hex buildings. So once Polish troops get in there, it's a little bit harder to take them out. That sort of thing. Another important thing to note is that, and I'd kind of forgotten about this, so for people getting into ASL, read the SSRs beforehand. In this one, the Polish troops must set up south, or I guess technically they can set up further. I was kind of taking it literally, so maybe that's a point of errata that they should have. Although, now that I think about it, I'm actually going to check the ASL scenario archive to see, because I'm probably wrong, but it's a funny way. It's a funny way to think about setup and how wording is important. So here's what I mean when I'm talking about this. There have been other scenarios where it has said, for example, the Poles have to set up south of south of board 42, and then gives you hex numbers. So in this case, it's talking about, I think it's A5 to G4 to P3. Obviously, it's horizontal line essentially, very easy to follow, blah blah blah. But it says south of board 42, but does not state that you can set up on board DW1A. Technically, it's south of board 42 coordinates, but does that count? Because in some interpretations, some people will read that and say, well, it doesn't count. You can't go on that map because otherwise it would tell you set up south of board 42 A5G4 P3 and or board DW1A. So it's something to consider when you're setting up. It's also something to consider if you're playing your friend, which you should be doing. But if you're playing your friend, determine that beforehand so that you don't do something like what I did, which is you're setting up. I set up super aggressive because I think it kind of is necessary. You want to take advantage of all the open ground that the Germans would have to cross rather than giving them some territory. But again, this problem, this lack of a couple of words on a scenario card is either something they didn't consider, is not intended for you to set up on DW1A, or is not something that ever came up in playtesting. Everybody might have looked at that and just said, yeah, makes sense, it's south. There's nothing to consider there. So for anybody who's watching this on YouTube and all that, and you have aspirations of designing scenarios, think of that as a sort of as a gotcha, something to think about, something to potentially you might have to make errata for, essentially. Anyways, all of that that aside, there's a decent amount of Polish troops that have to set up. Again, they're setting up, I read this as literal, so they have to set up on board 42 south of the road, which is what they've done. And you set up as if the Germans enter from off board. This is important because you get concealment counters. And if it wasn't setting up off board, then everybody would be concealed and you would get those, in this case it's 8 concealment counters. You would get 8 bonus dummy counters. But because you can set up as if they're coming off board, you not only set up as you normally would, but you get to add those counters. I had not, so I tried to add a couple stacks while forgetting where most of the troops were, just to kind of make it fair. Additionally, there is one Polish squad can set up HIP, as well as any SMC or support weapons that are stacked with them. So that's something to keep in mind. And the general idea, the general play here, I believe, is going to be try to give the Germans as stiff of a punch to the nose as possible, and then try to retreat to the safety of buildings. The Polish troops do get reinforcements, so it's not substantial, but it is 6 squads, not bad. 10-1 is going to be really good to have, just because it's going to be near impossible to break, provided it's not some crazy like 4 morale check or whatever. MMG is nice firepower. Flamethrower is going to be really nice in case the Polish troops need to clear out a stone building specifically, and a DC for good measure. The German side, they get some reinforcements right away on turn 1. They're not too crazy, but it is nice to get them immediately, and you get to kind of you can focus a defense on an entire side, see if you punch through, and if you're successful, then you can have your reinforcements kind of help punch through that immediately. Like for example, if I do well enough on this right side, then these guys with CX should be able to make it into the woods right away, which is dope. I need to take advantage of that sort of movement gain, but otherwise you can use it as a sort of gotcha, where you can set up all on the left side, have your reinforcements come on the right, so your initial push can be all in on one side, center, left, right, doesn't matter. And you have the reinforcements come in order to take their positions before those guys already on the jump after they move, obviously. So Other things to point out, this is a scenario where the Germans have 2 flamethrowers. We can already see one. There's some DCs in here. So there's a lot of firepower for a very small amount of map, but there's a lot of units that also will apply to that. So it's not. It should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of deadly combat. And even if you lose 1 or 2 squads, it's not gonna feel like it's the end of the world, as you can sometimes get. Or yeah, depending on how many units you have, is felt more powerfully than other times. So all that aside, let's just jump. Let's get into it finally. EC is moderate. There is no wind at start. The only things to pay attention to, as per usual when it's BFP scenarios in the Poland in Flames pack, is that we have to abide by the Poland in Flames historical battle rules, or HBR, as Bounding Fire calls them. There's nothing special here. It's really just if the Polish squads have assault fire is really just kind of the only thing. Their counters, when they break, already factor in the increased morale, so it's already all programmed in, so it's great. So weather, no change. Sniper 5 is going to be kind of crazy. Hopefully I don't roll too many 5s as the Germans. There is no rally phase actions to do for either side. So turn 1, let's see how much devastation I can cause, and hopefully not reveal my hand too quickly. So first and foremost, I need, or I want to have this stack, K5, is going to shoot their medium machine guns. So the entire stack is going to shoot at the concealed unit in J3. It is a 18 firepower, down 1, up 2 because, or up 3 because it's a stone building. So an up 2 final. It is halved, so it's a 9 up 2. 9 on 9 is going to be a pin task check, which is great. It does remove the concealment counter. So there are 2 units. One is a green half squad. They will pin, and then the second unit will also pin, unfortunately. I did not get rate of fire, as one can imagine, but that's honestly not the end of the world. The idea was that either I shoot the flamethrower first, but I didn't want to suffer the penalties of, because I think you get reduced for shooting it concealed. So I didn't want to have a 6 firepower flamethrower. Because instead, I can now shoot the flamethrower at half firepower because it's double the range. It is firing at 12 firepower, and flamethrowers do not receive any modifiers to TEM. I actually feel like I need to point this out here. So, DRM, this is A22.2. Flamethrower attacks versus non-armored units are resolved on the IFT, but receive no DRM due to leadership, heroism, or defender's TEM, except if it's against a pillbox. LOS and CX stuff still applies. This is not the case. So this is a 12 flat shot. There is no cowering. To the best of my ability. Oh wait, huh? It's a good thing I'm on that page. So flamethrower firepower is affected by LOS hindrance, have for all forms of area fire, and it's reduced for cowering. Okay, cool. I always figured that flamethrowers would not. So instead of 12, it's an 8. That is an 8 on 8, which is a normal morale check instead of a 1 morale check. So normal morale check. The half squad is fine. It's always the worst result. So as a normal morale check against the full squad, they will immediately get casualty reduced. They will break, so they are no longer pinned. They are the ones holding the MMG, which is terrible because that's not what I want. And the ELR of the Polish troops right now is 3. I rolled a 12. That is 5 over 7 instead of 3. So they will ELR as well, which means they are also green now. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't really have any other shot I can do with that unit. I could potentially shoot the their inherent firepower, I believe, unless I'm mistaken about that, but I'm pretty sure that's allowed. Um, you don't just get one shot. You also can't combine a flamethrower with um, with anything. This is A22.31. So in the inherent firepower still exists, but I can't see the guy in L3, and I can't really. A 4 up 3 is not going to be good, so no point. Over on the left, I have two options here. I have one stack with a lot of LMGs to them, and I have one stack with an MMG, as well as a unit with a flamethrower. And my goal here is going to be to, I want to use the flamethrower, and I'm going to use the flamethrower against the middle guy, because if this goes terribly, then I need them to essentially keep going. Unfortunately, it will be a 6 firepower, I believe. Yeah. Have, because it says have for all forms of area fire, and concealed units, I believe, force area fire. So it's halved to 12 for long range, and then halved again for 6. So that is a 5-on-6, which is a 1 morale check. So this guy will lose their concealment, take a morale check, and break as a result. Sniper will activate, so that is a nice positive for the Polish. Their sniper will go to L7, and then honestly, it only really has it has 2 targets, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. It can't go over to the left. It would be very foolish not to pick the stack with the leader, so that is what I shall do. And then random selection, so leader, squad. The leader will die. So we have the leader dying does mean that these guys have to take a morale check. I believe that does potentially trigger other snipers, and the sniper will not activate a second time. So that is one squad that has used its flamethrower. They won't be able to move since obviously they've shot. So I will take the opportunity to shoot a 4 flat against the now broken squad. They will cower. So instead of 4, it is 6. That's a pin tash check, which won't do anything. And I'm not marking them just because I want to now take the MMG and the 468 squad that is using it to shoot at N3. So N3 is going to come under fire from a 9 firepower shot, down 1 because the leader will support. It is halved, so it's a 4.5, down 1. Ouch. That is sort of the exact number I want here, at least the rate of fire. So that is a 2 on 4.5, which is a K2. So things are not going well for the Polish right now, and that might be that's going to be a problem. 2 morale check, that turns into an 11, which will ELR them as well. I have rate of fire, so now I want to spin the MMG and shoot at the last concealed unit. Technically, it's probably better to shoot at the already broken guys, but I'm just going to shoot at the concealed unit because I know things, and it wouldn't be fair. So instead of 5, it is 2.5. It is down 1 for the leader, but I did not roll well enough to be able to affect that unit. They won't get rate of fire again, so they are marked prep fire. Lastly, I believe there was one other thing I wanted to do here on the right side. Now, before there were a few less units here, so my idea was going to be a lot more straightforward, but since I can't do that, I think I'm going to take the opportunity to take a... Yeah, they're in a stone building. That should be fine. They're going to take a 8 flat shot against C4. It's against a concealed unit, so it's 4 because it's halved. No modifier. So that'll be a 4 on 4, which is another 1 morale check. And that is just a fake unit. getting a lot of results, which is really, really good here. Because the more units I can remove, the Polish reinforcements don't come in until turn 4, so anybody I can break and kind of eliminate right away is going to be perfect for any sort of advance that I am trying to do or that I want to do. So speaking of advances, the first thing I want to do is to take the one squad that does not have a demolition charge in C6. They are going to attempt to place a smoke grenade in C5. So that's going to cost them 2 movement factors out of 4. They roll 1 die. They do not get it. They are counted as having spent their movement factors in C6. I don't think I want to shoot with anything. So after I've tried my smoke, I will attempt to assault move, and I will throw them into C5. And the reason for this might seem a little strange, but I want to take the closer hex, because if the Polish defenders shoot, then depending on who shoots, they're basically sort of revealing their hand on where they can shoot and how they can shoot. And if they have to subsequent shoot, they might not be able to. So I think in light of all this, it might be best to shoot with these green troops. I'm also just going to double check really quickly. This is where I always, this is why solo plays. It's better playing with somebody else, because if you ever doubt something, you can have them check while you're announcing all this and all that. But I'm pretty sure that you can assault move even if you've tried to place smoke. Similarly, you can assault move and then place smoke in your own hex. Non-berserker remains infantry throughout. And that moves 1 or less location. Yeah, so because smoke placement, you're not actually moving into a different location. You're just paying the cost to move into another location. You should be able to declare smoke and then assault move. It just becomes something you don't normally do because, well, I guess that's not true. So one of the main things you want to do is put smoke into another hex. You would typically put smoke into an open ground hex because it's kind of the point of it. And then you would assault move, and that assault move will cost you 2 at that point. So you're spending 2 to put smoke into an adjacent hex, and then you're paying 2 to get into that same hex because smoke increases movement. So anyways, so I will have the green troops will shoot. It's a 4 down 2. That did absolutely nothing. But there is residual, which is very important here. That really didn't go the way I wanted it to, and I'm kind of afraid is probably a way to put it. I'm gonna have one of the squads with the DC attempt to place smoke in B5. They will manage to do it, so they will toss a smoke grenade. They have spent 2, and like I said, they will assault move into B5. I still don't want any unit to get in there and get closer, and chances are there's not going to be anybody that advances or gets to C4, and even then I can shoot. So the guy in D3 is going to shoot. It is a 4 firepower. It is assault movement, so there's no modifier there. It is open ground for a -1, but smoke is +2, so it's a +1 overall. They cower. Cowering for green troops cower twice, so instead of 4, cowers down to 1, and then there's a +1 to that, so it doesn't even do anything. And that also removes the possibility of any residual, which is very unfortunate. I'm actually very scared to double check on B4 because I don't remember if they're real or not, and if they're fake. That kind of it's just kind of annoying in its own right. But I think I have to check because Would I shoot at them? I mean, I would shoot at the next guys. So I'll be fair here, because doesn't quite I don't quite need to take a shot against this guy since the next unit has to come in. So, do I want to even want the leader? I don't need the leader in this. No, I don't need the leader. So, other squad with DC is going to go into B5. Are these guys real? Yes. Okay. Phew. So, I'm going to reveal both of them because I really don't trust not getting cowering and all that. They will shoot at the unit. It is normal moving. It's not doing assault move. So, it's a down 2. It's a +2 because of the smoke. So, it's an 8 flat. Or, sorry, 8. It is a 16 flat. Unfortunately, they cowered, so they will cower twice because they are green, as mentioned before. So instead of a 6 on 16, it is a 6 on 8, which is still a 1 morale check. So they will pin, which, you know what, better than nothing. I'll just mark the bottom, guys. Better than nothing, but it is unfortunate. I also do need to mark those 2 guys as final fired because that is it for them, which is really disappointing because now they don't get an extra shot, and I'm going to try this, and I'm probably going to be punished, but you never know. I'm going to have one of the groups, the group with the worst leader, is going to declare CX. They're going to come in on board for to B10 for 1, bypass 2, 3, bypass 4, bypass 5, 6. And when they get here, does this guy have better range? He does. Unit in E4 is going to shoot at them. It is, as before, well, they're behind, so I think if you're behind, it's no longer considered open ground. It's if you're moving into a smoke infantry hex, infantry smoke hex, it might be. Anyways, I'm going to say that they do not get the benefits of open ground. So is a 4 -1 up 2, so up 1 shot on 4 firepower. Won't do anything, unfortunately. And then that is a 1 residual that's going to be there. So I'll put it afterwards. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And that is a big stack. And I can route away, which is way better than losing these guys in CC or getting shot at. Well, I'm gonna have 1 squad final protective fire. So that is 4 firepower, doubled halved. That is a pin on them. Now, I believe the pin should apply simultaneously rather than before the effect. And that is also not something I've ever really considered. But I'm going to assume, for assumption's sake, that it's not going to... the full effect hits, not a pin effect beforehand. So, in this instance, it's a 4, down 2. So we're looking at a 5 on 4. 5 on 4 is a 1 morale check. So, leader will break. Does not ELR. 1 squad, or the squad with the LMG, will break. The second squad will ELR and break. Should start doing this probably. And the last guy is fine. So that is unfortunate. He does not need to take a Pintash check because he's the same morale as the leader. And then there's a 2 residual. That does suck because now I can't really do some of the movement I wanted to do. Yeah. I will have the 8-0 is going to assault move to B6. It kind of only makes sense right now for them to go there. I don't want to throw away too many units right away. So I'm going to have the next group will go 1, 2, 3, bypass 4, and then 5-6. 5-6 to C7. Because if I punch through on this turn, at least turn 2, I can use them and their CX to really get around and hopefully occupy some empty space there. Not how I wanted that to go, but you know what? Germans did really well on the left, so they have to do a little poorly on the right. Speaking of the left, the 467 in P4 that did not shoot will move. I'm just going to go crazy here because 2 units are broken and nobody else can see them because of the hedges. So going to move into P3. I don't think this guy is real. He is not. And I would just move into that hex afterwards. So this is a 2.5. And then they will continue for 4 total. Similarly, this group, do I need to have anybody hang back? I technically do, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, this leader is not going to declare CX. He's just going to go to N5 and park his butt there. The squads will all move individually, essentially. So the first one will go 1. I don't think anybody can see him. 2, 3.5, 5, and then 6. I'm going to have a second squad join them. And then the third squad... I guess technically it could have just assault moved, but if I go to 4, I don't think that'll matter. This is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, I don't need to throw that guy out there. So I will also have him go around. The main contention here was whether or not I try to send him into M4 or M3. But the thing is I don't need to go to either of those hexes because these guys will have to route. Maybe N3 doesn't have to route. But O3 definitely does, and he has nowhere he can go without getting closer. So he'll get eliminated for route. N3 might not have to route because he's not technically in open ground, but it just means he's DM and really doesn't have a chance at all, really. So he's just kind of dead too. But that's pretty much it for movement. I don't foresee being able or really wanting to do anything else, and I think my best plan here might be that isn't a building. Let's take residual off. There we go. I think here's my plan is I'm gonna have the squad with HMG in F3. I'm going to have them shoot at the guy with the flamethrower because I kind of really want him dead. There's no reason to allow him to stay around, especially if I can, especially because they're just generally more vulnerable. So it is a 10 firepower shot against a +3 building. There is a leader with a -1, so it's +2 overall. And then because they are wielding a flamethrower, this goes down by another -1. So it is a 10 up 1 shot. That is a 9 on 10, which is not great. That is a pin-tash check against them, which they will fail. I did not get rate of fire, which I'm sure avid viewers will know my feelings about that. I will also choose to reveal a squad with an MMG in I3. They will take the opportunity to shoot at the units in D5. It is an 8 up 3 shot. They are leader directed, so it's a 7 on 8, which is a 1 morale check. Pretty good. one morale check and one morale check. The top squad, even though they rolled an overall 11, their ELR is 4, so they will not ELR, but both squads will break because it's a 1 morale check. So pretty good rolls on whenever it comes to morale checks. The Germans did not do too well. But yeah, anything else, 227 is not going to really be able to do anything. I'm going to try for the Hail Mary because these guys are just going to move anyways. And there's no benefit of keeping the concealment, I don't think. So they're going to try a Hail Mary, 4 up 3, didn't do it, and that will be it. In the advanced fire phase, I do have things I want to do, specifically for the Germans. So this 467 is going to shoot at the broken guy in N3 because why not? It is a 2 firepower up 1. 6 on 2 is a pin task check, which is nothing. Sniper does not activate, so I'm not punished for it, which is pretty good. Over on the right, I will have the various units gang up on B4. So we're looking at a 6 firepower because they have assault fire. So 6 plus, that might actually be 4. Yeah, so this is 4 because of the way that rounding up with assault fire works. Because you do all the multiplications. So it's 5 times 2 for being adjacent to 10, halved for assault fire, back down to 5, halved again for pinned to 2.5. Then you up that by 1 to 3.5, and then you round it up, so it's 4. Which again is why assault fire is amazing, and why you should always want squads with assault fire. So again, 6, 4 for 10. That is another 6 for 16. And I am also going to add the 467 squad because might as well. So it's going to be 20 firepower up 2. Needed everything I can get out of it. 11 on 20 is just a normal morale check. So top squad, the one that's not pinned, they are fine. The bottom pin squad is broken. Kind of would have wanted it the other way. Well, no, never mind. I do not want it the other way around. I would rather my guys not pin at all. Or break. But that is going to be it for advanced fire phase. Routes. We'll do the German ones first because they must do them first. I do have options here. Now, that is a problem. These guys will present a very interesting problem here because at least one will have to surrender. So let's do the easier options first here. These broken guys don't technically have to route anywhere, but I do want to. So they will target the B6 building because it's basically one of the closest that they can get to. Ooh, actually that they can't. The legalities here are spectacular. So it would cost 3 to get into C6 and then an extra 2 for 5. Whereas getting to E7 is 1 for D6 or E6 or D6, and then 3, 1 for the hedge, and then 2 for wood, so 4 overall. So I'm going to have them low crawl to D6. I think that's the only real option I have, which surprisingly. Over in A5, as mentioned, we went over this last time. When you have a unit that's adjacent and open ground, well, not open ground, it doesn't have to be open ground, but if you're adjacent to an enemy unit that is known, armed, good order, etc., etc., etc. So if they were pinned, I actually do now prefer it the other way around. But if all those requirements fit, then a unit must become prisoner. because I don't really trust these green guys from being able to survive for very long, I'm going to take the easy way out and just claim a squad. The Germans are going to offer the second line squad first because why wouldn't you? And they're just going to be immediately killed. The Polish troops will declare no quarter, and I will get a counter to represent that so I don't forget. And I probably might forget anyways. There you go. No quarter. And technically invoked by the Allied side. So technically the Germans can still get prisoners, but the Polish troops cannot. Everybody else will low crawl to B6, or sorry, A6, and that will be it for that, because they have to move. So that's it for the German breaks and stuff. The Polish ones, on the other hand, this guy has to drop it too. That sucks so much. I don't hold too much enthusiasm for him, but I will have the Broken Half Squad from J3 go to I3. The Broken Squad in B4 has to... Their route can't... Even if this is nearest E4 and F3, they can't go that way because they're getting closer. So their route actually has to go to like FF3. They can't make it in one turn, so they have to go as far as possible. They're going uphill over a wall. So that'll be 3, I believe, 4, and then 5, 6. I think is how I have to do that route. Yeah, and I don't think there's anything like interception or anything that can happen. Over on the left, as mentioned, O3 can't go anywhere because N2 is 2 hexes away from N5. So it wouldn't matter. They're just always getting closer, so they're eliminated right off the bat. N3 does not have to route anywhere. I'd really just I'm gonna hope for a Hail Mary here, and that hope essentially that the Polish troops might be able to get heat of battle on this guy for self rally, and that I get really lucky in I3. Although I don't think either of them is gonna work, but you got to do something. So that's it for routes. Advances, as mentioned, I want to potentially take out these green troops. I don't want to stack everybody into that melee because it might be successful, and I don't want to throw in a CX with them because I might as well not. I don't want to give. I don't want to improve the Polish side chances willy-nilly here. Other advances. I am going to have you know what? I'm just going to have everybody. I don't need them to shoot at anything or get shot at. So the units that were in P4 are going to go to P3. The unit O2 is going to go to N2. He's going to try and force that route. The 8-1 leader is going to join the squads in D6 to attempt to rally them. The squads in C7 will go to C6. The leader in B6 will go to A6 and try to rally the units there. And then all the squads in R0 are going to go into the building in R1. It's not a victory building, but it does get me very close to the objective. I can't really threaten too much outside of, I believe, Y1 from here might be visible. Something I can't check until obviously it happens, but if I can threaten that or force the Polish troops to go around, that's great because I've got a door open essentially to the objective. Yeah, I think that's it. So CC, there's only one. We are looking at a potential ambush, so Germans and then Polish. The Polish troops are inexperienced, and the German troops are elite, but I'm not sure if that does anything for... they might be lax. Our green troops automatically lax. That is always something that is important to know. And I believe... Are they? Yeah, inexperienced personnel are lax, which is unfortunate because it means that the 437s could have gotten ambush and potentially pulled away, but it just means nothing happens. We will go to CC. The Germans will attempt to capture the Polish squad because why not? It's a -1. They could maybe use it. They will be at 2-1, and because they're trying to capture inexperienced personnel, they will get a -1 to their roll. The Polish squad will go 1-2 against the squad with the DC. So Germans first because they're attacking. That will absolutely be a successful capture. And unfortunately, the Polish troops will not be successful in their endeavor. So let's link these two guys. I'm just going to have the guys that did not have DC take them. And then I'll be able to throw those units at somebody else to guard them. Or potentially massacre, but I don't think that's not really... It's not really kosher. I don't know if I want to do that there. So, turn 1 for the Germans is over. Pretty action-packed. Kind of threatening a lot here. So, we'll see how things end up going. Weather roll is no change. Pretty typical. We will have a bunch of rally attempts to make here. So, as mentioned, I'm going to try and self-rally the guy in N3. Will not happen, and the DM must stay on. Over in I3, I will attempt to rally, and if it wasn't for the DM, I would have been successful, and the DM will come off. That's very unfortunate. In the prep fire phase, I do want to take the opportunity to shoot with B3, since it's just a green squad, and they'll delay here. I will shoot at the now captured units. It's an 8-1. They will cower, so instead of 8, it's a 4 now, because they cower twice. It is up 1, so it's a 7 on 4. It's a pin task check. That is karma, saying don't shoot at your own guys. I forget if prisoners have to be first or anything. I'm going to say they go last, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, the squad with the prisoners passes their pin. The second squad passes, and the prisoners will pin. But again, oh, you know what? I think it's that they share the same status as their home guys, so nothing happens there. There is some value in trying to blast some guys out in the open. I do only have 3 movement as well, which is very problematic. But I think, in my heart of hearts here, I need to retreat some of these guys. So, the green squad is going to... I'm going to have them declare CX. I think I should be able to declare it and stuff. I think it's conscripts that have a real big problem with movement. Yeah, it's the bonus with the leader, which I will always get. I will always mess up. So, yeah, the green squad in D3 is going to CX. So instead of 3, they have 5. They will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Actually, you know what? I'll do 5 into EE1, because if I can get to EE2, I can watch at least a lot of open ground hexes, so I'm covering some stuff. Similarly, 457 squad in E4 is going to declare CX and bail the hell out. They will go to E3, and I don't really want to do this because, man, shooting at these guys and shooting at D6 would have been super nice, and so would shooting at guys in A6. Did I roll for the rallies? No. I just went straight with the Polish guys, and then yeah. All right, whatever. What's the rallies I'm looking at here? 2 with DM, 1, 2. Are you kidding me? I will get 1, but not the second guy. DM comes off over here. Neither. All right, cool. DM has to stay on because they're an open grab. There you go. Perfect. Fix that. So like I said, guy in E4 will declare CX, goes to E3 for 1.5, 3 into E2, 5 into E1, and then 6 into CC1. The squad with the leader in F3 are not going to declare CX. They will have 5 movement points. God, that was a lot of math there. They have 5 movement points, so 1.5, 3.5, and then 4.5. That's all I can do. The 457 squad in L3 is going to declare CX. They will go down 1 to L2 for 1. I don't really have many targets. I'm gonna have the squad in 467. The 467 squad, I should say. Shoot at them. It does negate open ground because of the hindrance. There's a -1 for non-assault movement. I forget if the wall applies because they both share it. I think that might be one of the characteristics. I'm just gonna say it's a 4 flat. It doesn't matter. They are final fired because they cowered, which means it's actually it doesn't leave anything. So that is CX goes there for 1. I'll shoot one of the MMGs with the squad at them. There is a hindrance. So again, same. It's a 9 flat. 7 on 9 is going to be a 1 morale check. They are fine. Sniper doesn't activate. I did not get rate of fire on that guy. So let's mark that. Alright. So enough shenanigans there. That guy moved for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what? I'm going to try it. 6. Do I want to take a shot here? 2, 3. It is out of range. I'm going to have 2 squads from R1 shoot. Save 1 in reserve in case Polish troops go anywhere else. So, as mentioned, that is 7 hexes. So it's going to be halved. Which means that 2 squads are shooting. They're 5 each. It is a 10 firepower. Down 2, up 1 for CX. So, down 1. 10 down 1. 7 on 10 is going to be a 1 morale check. Is that a clean shot? That is, unfortunately, a very clean shot. So it's 1 morale check. They will break, so they will lose their CX status. Things are not going well today. Alright, well, there is a 4 residual on top of that, which is not good. How am I gonna... I don't know if I'm gonna survive 4 turns at this rate. I think that's the problem here. I probably should have tried to pick up the machine gun, but they're just gonna get shot at. That's like immediate get shot at. So they'll declare CX 2, 4, 5. Over here, they will have 6 movement points. They will move back for 2, 3, and then 6 into Z0. And just for shits and giggles, I'm going to have the last guy shoot at them. That is not clean. Okay, phew. Pretty decent roll, too. Alright, so they're all first fired. There's not much else I could have really done in terms of shooting anyways. Flamethrower guy, I don't think he had a single shot anywhere. I don't think they could see into I2, so not much of a choice or option there. Should have moved it to movement, but honestly, there wasn't anything else to shoot. So, defensive fire phase. I think there's a couple obvious ones. I mean, just for shits and giggles, because whatever. The guy's dead anyways. You know what? I don't want to risk. 5 sniper. If it wasn't a 5 sniper, if it was like a 2 or 3, I'd take it an opportunity, but whatever. I will, however, take a combined shot from B4 and A4 against the guys up the hill in B3. It will be a +2 for the wall, and it is doubled. So this is 20 firepower alone, plus another 8. So it is 28 firepower, up 2 for the wall, up 1 for CX, so up 3. 10 on 28 is a 2 morale check. Really? Come on. Come on. Oh, no. Alright, this is not going well. So, this does count as first fire, blah, 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 blah. But here's the devastating part. So, not only do they get immediately casualty reduced because of their, because they've rolled a 12, crazily enough, again. Well, not them again, but Polish side is the ones that's saddled with 12s here. But as a green unit, they cannot ELR, which means they're disrupted, which means that a disrupted unit immediately surrenders at the start of a rout phase if they are adjacent to a known enemy unit. So, advanced fire phase, there's none that can be done. Everybody that's important is broken or whatever. So we go to the rout phase, and then immediately this green squad will become prisoners. And I'm just going to give them the same unit as before, because why not? Yeah. Attacker, quote unquote, first, which means that the Polish have to go first. They have to rout this guy in N3. There's nowhere for them to go. Oh, you know what? I was talking about this before too. You see, sometimes it's good you double check some stuff. You learn how surrender goes, and then everything still doesn't go fine because you forget the exact wording of the rule and you need to check it up again. So if we look at surrender rules, we go to surrender A15.5. Oh wait, that's the other one. Come on. It's not a heat of battle I'm looking for. It's A19 or something. Surrender A20.21. There we go. So route phase, as I mentioned last time, oh, you know what? They have to be, but wait a minute. If you have to surrender as a group, but do you eliminate as a group? I'm actually gonna have to double check that. If the only is in melee reserve, you kill the most part out of way, or be eliminated for failure. Such if a broken unit is also yada yada yada. Oh man, okay, I gotta check the Q&A because this is important. Because I know that this has come up in a QA. Let's double check here. Where is... Assume... Are units in the same location considered adjacent? Yes. Huh. I guess that makes sense. That actually changes a lot for surrender too, because if you're in the same hex, normally it says that you can route one hex away, but that Q&A implies that no, you cannot. If you're in the same hex and you would have to like route out of a building into open territory, you would immediately get surrendered. Okay, how come this doesn't... Come on. No quarter. The captor may opt to reject... Oh, maybe that's where it is. Starting unit stack at the instant of its capture and eliminate it instead. If he does so, all other units use low crawl when one side invokes. Really? You kill everybody? It's a stack. Oh, you know what? I think I'm confusing it with if you had... yeah, if you had multiple locations, you pick which one first. But if you didn't... Let's see here. No quarter applies. What happens to you when disrupted? Yeah, no, it's as a stack. Which means if I didn't accept it, then these guys also must die. Which, good thing I didn't rally them. But yeah, wow. Oof. I mean, I'll have this guy here, I guess, still, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, oof. Because that gets chosen as a stack. So, for anybody who wrote the answer 20 minutes ago or whatever on YouTube, sorry, it's been corrected already. Things you learn, which is also unfortunate. But let's go back to our prisoner thing. So as I was talking about, if a unit is adjacent and unable to route away, or only able to route, being subject to interdiction or resorting to low crawl, which in this case can't low crawl or go anywhere. That's also something that I think we've messed up a couple times. Even if you can low crawl, if you are adjacent and only able to low crawl or suffer interdiction, then you are captured. I'll have to bring that up to Rutan because I'm sure that would change a couple things. Anyways, it does mean that this green squad half squad, sorry, the 227 would have to surrender because there's nowhere for him to go. He's unable to route, which again means that I will in fact get another unit because why not? At this rate, I'm collecting them, and if I need to do something silly or whatever, then so be it. I believe that's it for the surrender routes, the crazy ones. The unit in Y1 has to route to Z1 and will continue to Z2. You know what? No, he'll just go to Z1 because I can attempt to rally, so that's a bonus. The unit in B1 is going to route downwards. I could technically route towards these guys because I don't see them yet, but I don't know when I see them, and then I'd have to go south anyways. So I'm kind of just costing myself more points. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. And that is it for routes. Advances. So the green squad, or half squad, sorry, in I1 is going to go into X0 or J0. The stack in Z0 is going to go into the building, and the stack with the machine gun is going to go into Z0. And then, as I discussed earlier, way earlier with my plan, EE1 to EE2, CC1 to DD1, and watch the open ground so I can't rush across it as the Germans. There is no CC. We will go to German turn 2. After much bloodbath at the start, weather will not change. And I can slowly scroll down, and we can actually start seeing objectives now. So rally phase, couple things to do or attempt. The 8-1 is going to attempt to rally the broken squad. Unfortunately, it will not be enough. So I'm going to have this 8-0 go over and just watch them. The Polish half squad in FF3 is going to lose their DM. And they will attempt to roll for the 7 morale squad. Unfortunately, not enough. They will fail to rally and be stuck there. So that is it for rally. Prep-fire phase, there's none for me to do, really. There's a couple things I could do, but there's not a point, is probably the best way to put it. So I will get to movement. I'm going to have The 9-1 and squad with the MMG are going to move. So they're going to go to, what was that, P2 for 1.5, 3, 4. I should have done this afterwards. 5. I don't think anybody can shoot at them. It's kind of too close to a bunch of woods, so I'm going to assume they're clear. Over in R1, 1x1 squad with LMG. 1. I don't think anybody can shoot him. 2, 3, 4. Second guy will do the same. Third guy will do the same. I don't think anybody has any shot on them. The squad with the flamethrower is going to declare CX. They will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because I don't know what other movement they could do. I don't really want to CX with these MMGs because they won't be able to carry them as far and stuff. So I'm going to shoot with the green squad. It's non-assault movements. There is hindrance, so it's ±1. Flat, increased by +1 for the CX, so it's a 2-up-1. They cower, so nothing happens. A lot of cowering today. A lot of cowering today. It's kind of wild. Squad with the new half squad prisoners is going to go to M2 for 1.5, and then over to L1 for 3.5. Can't go any further. I don't want to CX, so they're stuck or done, whatever. The squads with the MMGs are going to. I'll just do one at a time. There's really no point. No point to sacrifice dudes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will take the opportunity to shoot with the guys in Z0. It is going to be a 10-up-2, I believe. No. It doesn't break. It might have just been an up-1, but it doesn't matter. It will not be enough to secure that. There is a 4 residual, which is nice. This guy is DM'd. Other squad, K5 goes to K4 for 1. Into the building, J3 for 3. And then I will attempt to pick up the Polish machine gun. I really only want to blow it up. I don't need to do anything else with them. So, the squad with the flamethrower will go to I1 for 1, H4 for 2, H3 for 3, and H2 for 4. Leader in N5. I'm just going to preempt this in case, I guess. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I don't really need them anywhere else. The CX 467 squad is going to lose their CX status first and foremost. They will go to A3 for 1, 2, 3. When they get to A1, the green squad will shoot at them. Right? It's just so disappointing. It was a 4 down 1. Down 2 because it's open ground non-assault, and then up 1 for CX. But that's not anywhere near what I would want. I will continue to GG1. I feel like I need to take a subsequent. It's a 2 down 1 shot, so 6 on 2, which I believe is a pin task check. It is pin task check. They are pinned, which, well, better than nothing, I suppose. Okay, so leader with the squad in D6, they will declare CX. They will bypass for 1, 2, 3. 4.5. 6. Ooh, do I want to shoot right now? Everybody on the left side shot. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have the guys in Z1 are gonna shoot. So it's 8 up 1. 7 on 8s is a 1 morale check. Leader's fine. Squad is fine. Sniper does not activate. So, unfortunately, I do have rate of fire. That was only 1.5. Sorry. Whoops. There. Thank you. They've spent 6. I will go up to D1 for 8. And I will take another shot with the MMG. So the MMG should be a shot there should be 4. I believe up 1. It's 2 for the wall, and then 1 for non-assault movements. I believe that will not do anything, unfortunately. So they're considered first fired. I will put down 2 residual just in case, but I don't think it's really going to matter. This squad that is not carrying any prisoners is going to declare CX. They will go 3 into B3, 4, and then 5 to C2. Squad in the back with the DC is also going to declare CX. 1, 2, 3, 4.5, 6 into F2. The 3 squads in C6 are going to declare CX. They will do 1, 2, 3, 4.5, 6. Ooh, do I take that risk? I'll take a stab at it. I'm not super confident, but 4 up 2? No. I don't think 7 on 4. No, it would have just been a pentash check on anybody else anyways. The squad in A5 is going to bypass 1, 2, 3, and then 4 into B1. They're not CXing or anything. They're just like that. And the 8-0 and A6 will go 2, 4, 6. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I can really do. There's no other shots I can do. Everybody's either too weak or there's too many modifiers. I really don't think there's much I can do with them. In the advanced fire phase, however, there are some things I can do. Annoyingly, I will take a. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna fire group the hell out of this guy in DD1. Let's take off defensive here. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 9. They have assault fire, so it's 9 plus 4, 13. So 17 flat. Or sorry, up 1 because it's CX. Yeah. 6 on 17 is a 2 morale check. They will pass it, and sniper doesn't activate. That is, I mean, I will say I have to be happy for the Polish here. They need something to turn around for them, but kind of wild that they managed that one. Kind of similar idea. F2 is going to shoot 4 firepower up 2 at that guy. I don't know if they can actually see him. No, they cannot. Okay, good. He'll cower, so it doesn't matter. Flamethrower guy doesn't really have a shot. That's Woods, yeah. 2 up 1. 6 on 2 pentash check. They are fine. Sniper does activate. Bad sniper too. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, has to really, or doesn't have to, but there's no reason not to. Leader squad, there's no reason to never pick the leader. And then, yeah, sniper doesn't activate the second time. And then these guys will break as well for the leader loss morale check. Really unfortunate because the Germans cannot afford to keep losing units that way. Anything else I can really do? Flamethrower against X0. There is a +2, I believe. One for hindrance, one for CX. So 12. Yeah, it's not halved. Flamethrowers aren't halved for advanced firepower, which is that's the crazy thing. So it is a 12 up 2. It didn't matter. Well, 12 on 12. No. Dang. That also eliminates the flamethrower. That sucks. Out of fuel, they say. Is there any other shots I can make? Well, technically, if I use the flamethrower, I do have their inherent. So, yeah, I'll add another 4 up 3. 9? No. No way. That sucks. Alright, is there anything else I can do? Not really. No. Nope, nope, nope. Alright. Routes and rallies. Routes. The guy in S1 gets to route downwards. Don't really have anywhere else to go. The half squad in I3 will become a prisoner. I might as well just give it to this guy here. So many prisoners. Does make more sense that there'd be more prisoners and stuff with the way that the rules are actually written, rather than how I perceive them or falsely perceiving them. This guy doesn't have to route. I didn't shoot at him. Advances. So, yeah, no reason not to advance into U4. Polish troops aren't coming in yet. I don't really want to throw them away. So let's do... Yeah, flamethrower is going to go to G2. This guy, I don't want to throw him there. I'm going to split these guys up just because. And this would just be 3. I was kind of hoping to get a little bit further with them, but I think that'll just have to do. 467 will go to V0 for the better line of sight. Guy in K2 goes to K1. Guy with the MMG will go to J1. And then these guys will go here. Yeah, it makes sense. Do I want to go down? Do I want to check the road? No. No, I don't think I need to. CC phase, there's nothing that's going on. So we can take off pins. And we will go to Polish turn 2. Again, kind of problematic here for the Polish troops. I don't really know how they're going to get themselves out of this mess. Alright, weather, no change. That's what you got. Rallies, well, the German rally over in S2 is going to come off, so that's free. Self-rally for the Polish doesn't make it. Rally for Polish squad does make it, so that's nice. Over Germans, they will also rally a 467 squad, so it's pretty alright for both sides. Prep fire phase. I technically don't need to move the Polish troops anywhere this turn. Although I do want to... Yeah, I think I need these guys to move for sure. These guys don't need to move. So I'm going to have the Z0, the 10 firepower... down 1 against G2. 10 firepower down 1. That's a 7 on 10, which is a 1 morale check against the flamethrower guys. They will break, but not ELR. Did I get rate of fire on there? No. Rats. That is their prep fire. Stack and Z1. I don't need everybody to shoot. That's true. Well, that's the stone buildings. That's gonna be tough. I think I'm gonna have 1-4-5-7 shoot at the guy in E1. It's a 4 flat. No. I feel really good about just choosing him because now I will have the squad with the MMG shoot at F1. Starting to think about mandatory fire groups here that I'm pretty sure I didn't mess up at any point, but has me paranoid for it. 6 on 6 on 8, which should be a 1 morale check. Yep. 1 morale check against the guy in F1. He is pinned, which was not. Don't think that guy deserved that result, but all right. Green squads, I mean, it's probably better to move them 1 hex. As much as I don't want to, it is the better answer here. So I'm going to assault move the green squad in X0 to X1. I'm going to take the opportunity to shoot with K1 and V0. So it is a 8 firepower up 4. Nope. Kind of to be expected, but, you know, still worthwhile. Sorry, I'm not in defensive. I don't know what I'm doing. The green squad in EE2 is going to assault move to EE3. 4-6-7 squad is going to shoot at him, because why not? It is a 7-on-4, which is a pin task check. They are pinned. Not what I wanted. The 4-5-7 is going to... Crap. They're going to normal move for 2. Man, I really don't have any options here. Yeah, I'm going to normal move for 2. Screw it. I'll have, like, these guys are in woods. I'll do... You know what? I'll just do D1 against them. So it's going to be a 4... it's 4 down 1. 4-on-4, I believe, is a 1 check. Yeah, it's a 1 morale check. God damn it. ELR and break. Sniper at least has been on fire, which is kind of ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They will go to the big stack. 3 of them. So top, middle, bottom. Sniper does not activate on both, so only 1 is flipped. And that will be that for that sniper. This guy is first fired. That's all I can do for movement. Defensive fire. I'm going to have the C2 and B2 units are going to shoot at the pinned green squad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is a 7.5 up 1. They will cower. So it is 7-on-4 pin test check. They're already pinned, so they don't take another roll. I'm going to have this guy can't see him. I'm gonna have the squad in F1, E1, and E2 are all gonna shoot at Z0. So that's gonna be 2, 9, 13 up 2. 11 on 13 is nothing. Boo. Alright. I'm going to have the squad in J2 is going to use a support weapon use to blow up the MMG. Not that they would have ever recovered it, but you know what? It just makes it kind of easier in that sense. And then they will shoot their medium machine gun against... I can fire group. No, I'll just do 5 up 1. 7 on 5 is a pin task check. So leader first. He's fine. Second guy is pinned. That actually is that actually screws up my entire plan there, so that sucks. Did I get rate? Yes. So I will shoot another 5 up 1. Nope. Now for the guy in J1. It's going to be a 9 up 1. 8 on 9 is a normal morale check. So leader first. He's fine. And the squad breaks instead of just being pinned, which saves them, ironically. They'll have to drop the HMG, which sucks, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Nothing else really to do. Advanced fire phase, honestly, I mean, 1 up, 1 flat. Nope. Alright. That's kind of all I had. Routes, we're going to have a lot of shenanigans here. So attacker first. DD2 is going to route. The only kind of one they can do without getting in any trouble is routing through EE3 because it's equidistant to there. So they route to EE3 and then they will continue to EE4. It's really all they can do. The unit in Z0 is going to route and then continue to route. The leader is going to follow. They have to leave the HMG behind. The Germans do not have to route anywhere with any of their units, so they can just stick where they are. In the advanced phase, I didn't want to have to do this way, but yeah, Z1 will go to Z2. That's kind of all I can really do there. CC, there's no CC to do, so that will be it for Polish turn 2. Turn 3 for the Germans. Weather, no change. I need a drink. Whew. So turn 3 for the Germans. Still don't have to worry about Polish reinforcements just yet. Weather was no change. Rally phase. I'm going to attempt to rally the guy in S2. I will get it, barely, but got it, which is nice. DM comes off the stack in U4. DM will come off in the stack of EE4. DM will come off in the stack in G2. And over in Z2, the Polish will attempt to rally their broken squad. They will not make it. And that will be it for rallies. Prep fire phase, honestly, there's not any I care to do. There's options, but I think I kind of want to bum rush and get into the various hexes. If I can surround Z2, for example, I should be able to force, maybe not a victory. Actually, you know what? I might be able to if I can completely eliminate them. So yeah, I don't think I want to do any prep fire. I just want to do movement. So speaking of, first to move is going to be the 467 squad in GG1. They're going to move to GG2. I have to take this shot. There's really no reason not to. It is a 4 firepower down 2, so 4 on 4, 1 morale check, and they will break. But that is basically their one shot. Squad in B2 is going to jump the wall for 2. You know what? I will attempt a fire lane. So Z2 will shoot and go beyond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you know what? I kind of have to use the squad too. So the squad NMMG will shoot. It's a 6 firepower shot down 2. Sorry, down 3 because I do have the 7-1. Yeah, that's a 2 on 6, which is 1 KIA. I do have prisoners, and I think in a 1 KIA situation it's random selection. So half squad, full squad, the German unit. So the half squad is dead. So now I gotta figure out. Yeah, these guys die. And then these guys become broken. And I think technically, if a prisoner squad breaks, they just get reduced. So these guys are also reduced. Now there is a 2 firepower fire lane, and this guy is marked as first fire, which is well and good and all. It does prevent a lot of movement, but it also just I can get around that, so that's not really the end of the world. The 468 squad is going to move to W1 again. I would be crazy not to take a shot. It's an 8 on 4, which is nothing, unfortunately. 2, I will take that subsequent. This is 2, so it's a 2 firepower down 2, also nothing, and then I can get into X2 4. That needs to be there. And to really kind of twist the knife, they're gonna late CX. I didn't take off CX, did I? Forward SK2 for... Oh, I did. Okay, well, I can't CX with that guy. Yeah, so he's there for 4. There's not much I can really do. Squad with the MMG in J1 will assault move to X0. I really can't shoot with anybody. Yeah, I really can't do anything. Excuse me. Squad with the prisoners in V0 will do 1, bypass 2, bypass 3, 4. I kind of have to let him go. Like, I don't even want to, but if I shoot with this 457 that hasn't shot, it's just possible that I kill more of their own troops. Yeah, no. And I am going to be attacking that building, so there's not much of a point to just kind of throw away those shots first. Speaking of, the unit U4 is going to... you know what? They're going to move to V4 for 1. Into W5 for 3 total, and then 4 into X5. So for everybody playing the home game, that is going to be only 1 VP so far. Oops, 1 label VP so far, but I mean, you don't need much. D6 is going to declare CX, bypass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. I don't think anybody can shoot them, so they're safe. Yeah, I don't need those guys to move. Actually, you know what? I can make that guy go around, and that's not a problem. Guy in U4 is going to bypass V3 for 1, W4 for 2, and then X4 for 4. Guy with the MMG is going to go 1, 2, 3 to T3. Squad 467 squad in E1 goes to BB0 for 1, no shot. AA1 for 2. I do have to shoot with the remaining 457 squad. I think it's going to be a 4 down 3. It's a 7 on 4 Pintash check. They are fine. Activate sniper. Again, Polish have been really lucky with sniper, at least. It will pin the guy with the MMG. It's better than nothing, but I was kind of hoping to, because he can still see down the road, and that was kind of what I was hoping to prevent as the Polish player, but there's not. I don't really have an option there, so. So yeah, that is that guy passes. It cost him 2. there's no real other shot I can do. I'm going to, yeah, he gets the Z1. I'm going to subsequent first fire with the second squad, so it's a 4 up 2. Nope. 2 residual. And then this guy at the top. Next squad. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. I'm not gonna survive with this 227, so I'm gonna take a risk. That is final protective fire down 2, so it's a 4 on 2, which is a 1 morale check. He's pinned, which, yeah, lucky on both sides. Lucky on both sides. 548 with the DC, cross to the wall for 2, 3. Guy with the LMG, 1, 2, 3. Squad with the leader, the A1 leader, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the guy with the DC will do 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, yeah, whatever. Screw it. Doesn't matter. And I almost forgot. Guys in J2. Yeah, they're just gonna move 2, 4. You know what? Screw it. Damn. They're not gonna survive in whether it's the advanced fire phase or it's the CC. That will happen. They're not gonna survive, so there's not much of a point. They were kind of, they're hosed anyways. Defensive fire phase. Well, fire lane doesn't matter anymore. Take off the residuals. I will final fire with the squad with the MMG because I can do that. It is an 8. It's an 8 up 2 against guidance Z1. Don't cower. 6 on 8 is a 1 morale check. That is exactly the sort of thing they need. That prevents a CC, which would have really would have disrupted a lot, to be honest. Yeah, alright, cool. Advanced fire phase. Well, speaking of, I'm gonna try my luck here. I don't know if I can see him, but I'm gonna try my luck with G1 and BB0. I don't know if G1 can see him. Probably not, no. But BB0 does see him. I would have needed something amazing, so nothing happens there. Yeah, alright. Is there anything else that I can try to do? Technically, I could try... no, that's just 4 firepower. No, I'm not gonna bother with anything else. Alright, so now some annoying stuff here. Routes. So the unit in GG2 can low crawl. That is an option available to them, especially since no quarter was invoked. This unit B1 is going to well, their target is going to be the woods, but they are going to go through B2 so that they're not getting shot at. So that's 3, 4, and then they can't go further, so they're just stuck there for now. The unit in Z1 just gets to route 1 back, so that's not a problem. That's pretty much it for the Germans. The Polish side, they have to have this guy surrender. So he is going to become a half squad. I forget if I'm allowed to freely recombine them as the captor. Probably, but I guess it doesn't really matter at the moment. That's pretty much it for routes. Do I want to route this guy? It only makes sense to do it. I can't get closer to this guy though, so I don't think I'm allowed actually. So I'm gonna set him up on level 1 and kind of pray that it's gonna be enough. Advanced phase. I've got some options here. I need to try and route this guy, so I don't need them to move. I'm gonna throw the. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, no, I will. I will throw the 467 because why not? The 8-1 is gonna stay. The machine gun stack is gonna move up. The LMGs are both gonna move up, so I can provide some better cover there. Squad with the prisoners in V4 goes to V5, so that gets me 2 buildings. Guys with the LMG and the DC guy in G1 will go to H or Z0 H0. The guy with the DC and BB0 goes to G1 because I now know I can't get shot from there. And 467 over here is going to advance. He's CX'd, but he's not going to be able to shoot anybody anyway, so I don't think it matters. And that's pretty much it. There's no CC again. So we go to turn 3 for the Polish side. Weather, no change. Got some rallies to do here. So first and foremost, gonna try and self-rally the guy on the left. He does rally, does become a heat of battle. Alright, so 4. He was broken and inexperienced, so that brings it to a 6 automatic. And then Allied Minor is another +2 for battle hardening. Are there any other modifiers here to this in the rules? I don't believe so. So they will battle harden, so they go from green to a first line squad. They will attempt Polish side, sorry, will attempt to rally the other unit. Okay, well, actually, you know what? Field promotion. Is it field promotion? Excuse me. Yeah, okay. So that unit does. Oh, that's what I keep getting. I think that's what I keep getting wrong. So this guy doesn't promote. He does promote. He doesn't battle harden. Because the first one, the first self-rally, if it's a 2, will automatically rallies and promotes it. The other guy will go through the heat of battle stuff. So, so unfortunately, I have to do it this way. I have to take off some rolls here. So, the first guy rolled a 2, field promotion, which means you do leader creation. So, we do 1 die. 3. The unit was broken, so they get a +1, and their base morale doesn't change anything. So +1, which means they spawn or generate, however you want to call it, really, a 7-0, which is nice because I get to move him to the broken unit in FF3. Germans can't really affect that, so that's gonna be nice. And again, over here in Z2. I rolled 2 dice because heat of battle. So again, there's as we calculated before, there's a +1 for being broken. I believe they're not an experience. Great. So it's +1 for being broken, 7 to an 8, +2 for being allied minor. They will become berserk, which is the worst kind of result to get, but them's the breaks. The German unit in GG1 retains DM because he's in the open and visible. Over in B3, I can opt to keep it, but I'm not going to. G2, it's just a straight rally. They will come back, which is great. Need that flamethrower unit. Over in Z0, I will not rally the broken squad. And I'm going to have... You know what? I'm going to have... yeah, it doesn't really matter. Any of the squads is going to pick it up. And they're essentially... I think I'm just going to blow it up. Maybe not. Maybe I'll keep it, but... yeah. Alright. Is there anything else? No, no, no. Perfect. So, prep fire phase. Well, I think the only prep fire phase I really want to do is... so, one of the 457s is going to shoot at the guy in the open in Y1. It's a 4 flat, 4 on 4, 1 morale check. This guy will break. Doesn't ELR, but, you know, small, anything helps. And then the squad with the MMG is going to shoot the guy adjacent. That's a 16 up 2. They don't cower because the leader's there, but it is a 10 on 16, which is barely a normal morale check, which they will begrudgingly pass. So that is all the shooting that I can do. I guess technically I can shoot 4 flat. 5 on 4 is a 1 morale check against the broken guy. Really? Okay, so this is the worst result you can get because this brings back the German squad. They were broken, rolled heat of battle. Their roll is a 7. They were broken, so it goes up to an 8. And they are German. They get no other modifiers, so it becomes an 8 total, which means they battle hardened. They are now a 4-6-8 elite squad. All because I wanted to reduce or kill a squad. That's pretty much all I can do. Movement phase. I'm going to have the green squad is going to move to DD4. The 7-0 is going to assault move to F3. Oh, you know what? I'm going to wait. Yeah, I don't need to shoot there. Or yet. Technically I did have to do Berserkers first, but there's nobody else that's going to shoot at Berserkers. So, Berserkers will move down to ground floor Z2. I don't really need to shoot at them. These X1 has a way better target, so why would I shoot at anybody else? So, yeah, the Berserkers make it down to ground floor. Their closest guy is still the guy in Z1, so they will go into Z1, and now I have basically all the targets in the world, or all the possibilities in the world. So I am just going to take one giant fire group. This guy re-DMs, which is the only good thing about this movement is that it re-DMs that guy. So I'm going to take a bunch of movement, or take the opportunity to shoot. I'm going to do the DC guy first, because why not? It is a 4 up 2. There's no other, or sorry, not 4, 5 up 2. Cowers to 2, but it is a pin task check. Berserk guys don't pin. I'm probably going to regret that. I probably should have, it always makes you wish you'd change your role here. Z0 is going to shoot next. They are double. Essentially, they're point blank, so they're doubled. So the 548 squad is doubled to a 10. The squad in the 467 squad is going to shoot the HMG and their inherent. So that is going to be a 30 firepower overall with the leader assisting. So it is a 30 up 1. 6 on 30 is a K4. That sucks. That immediately crushes that. Sniper doesn't activate. Then take a 4 morale check. They pass. Surprisingly. That is technically... It's multiple points. But I think I'm going to shoot with everybody first. Because I feel like that has to happen before I can have subsequent shots here. So Z1 squad there is going to triple point blank fire. They have not shot yet, so it's just triple. 12 up 2. 9 on 12 is a normal morale check, which they will pass. Berserkers, again, have 10 morale. That's why they're so crazy. And then, yeah, I'm just going to do a 15 firepower up 2. Nope. That, I believe, also will break the HMG, which I can't repair, so it's functionally blown up at this point. So that's fine. That guy's made it in there. I'm just going to mark it as CC, but yeah. And I don't think anybody else is going to go in there, but 12 residual. Other than that, I'm going to have the 7-0 on the upper floor go down. I don't care to shoot him. And then he will continue to AA3 for 3 total. Do I want to shoot with anybody? You know what? Just to be a dick. Germans in Y5 are going to shoot at him. It's a 7-up 1. Cowards to 4. 5 on 4, 1 morale check. Son of a... Alright, well. Going back to the old ways of humming a tune when things are going very, very, very poorly. Abysmally, I think is the word I should use here. That's all I have for movement, really. So we'll go with defensive fire phase. In the defensive fire phase, not what I want to do. I want to remove residual. Yeah, now I just want to take my big shots at everybody else. So the 468 and GG1 is going to take a 4-up 2 shot at FF3. They will cower, but the important part here is putting a DM status. And then, yeah, the big boom, the big bang shot here, X1 and X2 are going to fire group. It is going to be a 22 firepower shot up 3 against the guys in Z2. So 22 firepower shot up 3, that is a 10 on 22. We're looking at a 1 morale check. Leader first. Leader's fine, so it's a straight morale check. Squad's fine, and the bottom guy is pinned. I do have rate of fire, so I will shoot with the machine guns again. It is a 10 firepower up 3. It is a 10 on 10, which is just a pin task check. So again, leader, squad, they're fine. I'll try once more. Yeah, that's it for defensive. I don't really have any other shots. 7 up 3. I'll take the piss out of that. Nope. All right, cool. Did I roll? No, I did not roll sniper from the Germans. And that's kind of it. Advanced fire phase. I'm just going to do the triple point blank fire here. So 3 firepower up 3. Close. Actually, this is a pin test check. They are pinned. Ooh. All right. Well, I mean, it's not the best, but that's actually way better than what it could have been. So props to them. So yeah, that's it for advanced fire phase. Routes, Polish side first. They will route their units in FF3. So they will go to FF4, EE5, and then DD5, I think, is legal. Because this is 6, and that's 6. Yeah, okay. So that's legal, so they get there. On the German side, I'm going to have... yeah, I might as well do that. So the unit with Y1 is going to go into X1. And then the unit in Z0 is going to go up with the leader, so that I can try to rally them. In the advance phase, ooh, is that worth it? Man, I would have so much rather been able to throw in the friggin' other guy. If I throw in the 7-0, no, I can't. Come on. No, I can't. Green Squad and EE3 goes to FF3. Green Squad and DD4 will go to CC5. Cover some spots. That's pretty much it. CC phase, it is a 1-2 Berserkers. There's no ambush because they got in the movement phase. So 1-2. 4 will be a result, surprisingly. Do they get anything for being lax or anything? I don't think so. I don't think so. Excuse me. No. So they will get an effect. And the Germans are 1-1 because they're pinned. That's not what I wanted. But fuck it would have been a 5, so I'll just count it. Whatever. So they both get an effect essentially. The Berserk unit is dead. The German unit is halved. And Viola. All right. Well, that's it for turn 3. Turn 4, Germans. No change in weather. Rally phase. There's going to be some things to do here. Pins will come off. So rally phase. I think I need to bring this guy back first. That's 8. You know what? Yeah. Screw it. All right. Cool. I got my 548s back. I can send a leader that way, so it's not really the end of the world. 7-0 rallying. Won't make it. And then the one broken squad with the 8-1. That is a down 2. One for Woods and one for leader. Comes back. Awesome. Okay. On the Polish side, they will have one squad that they can potentially rally, and it will not happen. DM will come off. Okay. Prep fire phase, you can probably guess already. It is going to be a 22 up 3. That is a 10 on 22. I believe we've been here before. It is a 1 morale check. Leaders pinned. That is the first piece of bad news. Squad is broken and ELRs. And squad is broken and ELRs. Well, that is a problem. That is a big problem. Okay, well, I really don't need to shoot anything else. I mean, I could do a 4 up 2, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, I really don't have anything else I need to do. So, in light of that, movement phase, and now it's basically trying to figure out how do I optimize this? So first and foremost, the squad in Z1 will go up a floor. I can't really target him with anybody, and then goes across. So I'm going to be preventing the typical, like, just go up a floor and you're safe. Squad with the DC in G1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to prevent any routing through AA3. B3, 1, 2, 3, 4. The squad in GG1 declares CX goes to FF0, and I'm going to shoot as a 4 down 2. They cower. 2 on 1 is a 1 morale check. They will break. Oh, no, wait. They're pinned. Okay, well, that sucks. I mean, great result for the green squad, because that's as good as they can get. But, yeah. Kind of saved their own bacon there. CX will come off from the flamethrower guys with the leader. The flamethrower guys are just going to move alone. They're going to go 1, 2, and then 3, 4 into Z1. The leader, do I want him to declare? 1, bypass 2, 3, bypass 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, bypass 3, 4, 5, 6. I really can't. Yeah. Oh, if I CX is 8, it's true. Yeah, I'm just trying to math out some stuff here. Is really how this is coming down here. So, squad with half squad prisoners in V5 go to W6. The squad with the MMG will go to U4, normal move. The 8-1 leader. Oh, did I count that? Yeah, I should be fine. We'll jump the hedge for 2, bypass 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That way I can get here and try to rally. Perfect. Yeah, how else do I do? Well, nobody else has shots anywhere. So, squad in Y5 is going to pay 2 to get into Y6, and then 4 into Z6. That gets them their third building. Squad in Y4 does similar. They've got the Y5. They don't have a shot anyways. But I can't risk it in case I CX with anybody else. So 2-4. Squad with the DC. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squad with the LMG. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, doesn't really. No, I really. Only I had a squad with them, or a leader with them. Yeah, bypass 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. Late CX for 5. These guys don't need anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Screw it. I don't think I have anything else I need to do. So that'll be it. Defensive fire phase. I mean, there's none. There's just really just nothing that can happen. Yeah. Advanced fire phase. Do I want to? I mean, you know what? Just for shits and giggles. Flamethrower adjacent. 24 flat. 6 on 24. It is a 4 morale check. Okay. Leader first. Absolutely broken. First squad. They are reduced. And then the next guys 100% are reduced. Really, the only thing that would save them is what's the word I'm looking for? Heat of battle. So that's their advancing fire. I can't. Well, I can do a fire group with everybody else. So 4, 8, 15, 21 plus the 4, 6. You know what? I'm not gonna bother. 21 up 3. 12 on 21 is a pin test check, which they don't take. This pin also comes out. I don't have any of the shots, so yeah. Prep fire, defensive comes off. Routes, there's only one stack really that can that's under this obligation. It is the DM guys. Yeah, like they're all reduced and stuff. So I am going to take him prisoner with the guy upstairs. So size, and then I need a POW leader. So these guys, and these guys all become prisoners. DM comes off. Just a whole kerfuffle here. Yeah, all right. That's it for routes, really. Advances. DC guy moves up. 468 can move up. Why not? DC guys will go to A4. 467 is going to go to BB3. Leader will go to the DC guys. 467 and LMG guy go there. The flamethrower guy will go to Z2. The LMG or MMG guys will go to X2. Yeah, it's way better for them to be there. There. C1 to DD0. This guy's just going to lose his pin eventually anyways. You know what? I don't need to, actually. There's really not going to be a moment where that happens. Z6 to AA6, and then the other guy to Z6. Do I need this kind of move here? You know what? Just to cover T10, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Alright, CC phase, none. We go to Polish turn 4. I don't want to call it, because honestly, there's still possibility here, so I'm going to try my best here, but I can only obey the dice, as I can only go so far here. So, Flamethrower. Let's get the 10-1 with them. The other guy gets the DC, and MMG goes with squad with the leader. If I do... It's going to be very regrettable if this actually causes problems, but I think this is kind of the only thing I can get through here, is if I go through the buildings, I can get to the Z6 building, and if I can take the Z6 building, I'll force a Polish victory. But it's really going to come down to a couple rolls, and then if things go poorly, it's kind of screwed. Yeah, I think that's all I can really do. Weather does not change anything. Rally phase. Oh, I forgot to move this guy there. That's what I wanted to do. Rally phase, Polish side, they do not rally their broken unit. The Germans will attempt the rally guy next one. They will get it. Thank you. And then the guy in U4, that is a -2. That will also get it. That is gross. Prep fire? None. I mean, I have a 4-up-3, but it's a 4-up-3 for crying out loud. You're not getting much out of that. Oh, I do have a 4 flat. Why not? 4 flat? Nope. All right. At least I'm keeping 3 squads busy, I guess. So movement phase, guys coming from off board. I have a kind of a kill stack here. So I'm going to move them first. They will go in. They will come on board for 1, 3, and then 5. And then the other stack is going to come in A10 or AA10, sorry, for 2, 4, and then 6. You know, I need the thing. So I don't like this movement. I really don't like this movement. I would hate this movement no matter what. But I feel very pressured to get to AA7 to get in the building and start contesting it. Because if I don't contest it, if I don't do anything, that gives the Germans essentially a turn to bring in everybody in X4, Y4 into the building guaranteed. Because I just have to get into Y6, Z5, and then I advance. The guys in the building can go up upstairs, which makes getting him out that much harder. And I do not have the firepower on, like, the forces / firepower on the right side from the remaining units to be able to deter that. So yeah, I really hate this. This is going to be a 7 up 1 shot. 6 on 7 is a 1 morale check. Please, god damn it. Okay, sure, fine. So the leader is, does he ELR? He doesn't. Okay, so he does not. This guy does heat of battle. 3, he's not elite. He does get a +2, so he battle hardens, which, okay, that's cool. So free elite squad. The Germans did not trigger allied sand, unfortunately, and the Polish can't with the heat of battle roll. So just a leader, which frankly I'm fine with that. That's the least of my worries. I'm gonna hate this, but assault move to CC4. I want to take advantage of this CX. 8 up 2. God damn it. 1 morale check. God damn it. Sniper doesn't activate. Alright, well. Sorry, it was up 3. It'd be a normal morale check. They're still broken, so it doesn't matter. Okay, well, I tried. I knew it was risky, but I feel like I needed to take those risks. Just because, like, there's so much firepower remaining. Flamethrower especially is going to be makes it really hard to advance or to protect against it. I know the Polish side has one, but they do not have the same amount of firepower. I'm not even talking about DCs either, which is going to be a problem. So, defensive fire, I mean, 4 up 3, that's a fool's errand. But I said it, so whatever. And I don't really have any other shots. Advanced fire phase, I mean, actually, I shouldn't say I don't. That is, they do have assault fire. That is something to consider. So, 9 firepower up 3. Damn it. It's not even a pin test check. All right. Well, the markers can come off. We got routes. There is the leader is going to route to BB8 and then CC8. Get in the building. Why not? The guy in CC4 is going to route into the safety of DD5, and that is pretty much it. Advances. I've gotta be bold here. So again, stuff I don't necessarily want to do. This elite did not have the MMG, so the elite's gonna go into AA7. The guy with the MMG is gonna go to BB7. The other guy's gonna follow. Over here, the squad with nothing goes to Y8. The squad with the DC will join. And the 10-1 and flamethrower guy go to Z7. I need this guy to stay here to block 3 squads. 2 at least. Yeah. Alright. You know what? Just because I didn't think of it, but for shits and giggles, they pick it up and they're just gonna break it. I just don't want that on the map anymore. CC phase, there's none. Nobody's close enough. So German turn 5. Weather, no change. Rally phase, there's nothing for the Germans to do. The Polish will attempt to self-rally. They won't get it. And then they will attempt 2 rallies. First without the DM, and then with the DM. Neither is successful. Rats. Alright. Prep fire phase. Prep fire phase is going to be easy, as you can probably imagine. LMG with squad is going to shoot at the 10-1 with the flamethrower. It's a 14. It's 14 up 2 against the leader, and 14 up 1 against the squad with the flamethrower. So it is an 11 on 14 against the leader. Nothing happens. A 10 on 14 is going to be a pin test check against the other guy. So pin test check, they're fine. So that is the moment of respite there for him. I'm going to do another shot from a different unit. It's going to be the same idea, 14 up 3. I kind of wish I'd got that on the other shot, but all right. 6 on 14 is a 2 morale check. We'll do the 457 first. Okay. They will ELR and break. And then the other guy, I said it was a 2 morale check. They pin, which... that sucks. Alright. Pretty much it. Don't need it to... well, there's nothing much I can really do otherwise. Movement phase. So, movement phase. Let's try to keep this simple here. Guy with the CX over in FF0 is going to move 1. Do I shoot him there? Yeah, you know what? Yeah. 4 down 2. 6 on 4. Normal morale check. Okay. Okay, 437 continuing to be useful. Guy with the prisoners 2, 4. We'll have him shoot again. Why not? It's a 2, down 1, 6 on 2, pin test check. He's fine. Squad with the CX loses CX 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just gonna risk it at this point. Final protective doesn't work. No, because it's +1. Yeah, it doesn't work. He's broken. Yeah, okay. Over here, squad with the, or leader with the squad with the DC. Just gonna go 2, 4, 6. Re-DMs both of these guys. Four, 6, 7 is in Y4 goes to Z4 for 1, AA5 for 2, BB5 for 3, and then CC6 for 4. I'm gonna have the squad only shoot 4 down 2. 8 on 4 is nothing. Just in case, I'll put residual, but I don't think I'll need it. Y4, other squad 2 or 1, 2, 4. I might as well shoot 4 up 2. 5 on 4 is a 1 morale check. The squad will break, and sniper does not activate. So they've been very, very lucky that only the Polish side has activated snipers here. Squad with the DC will go 2. Actually, no, I don't need to go that way. 2, 4. 4 up 1. Sorry, 4 flat. Doesn't matter. Okay. I should put that. Cool. This guy can stay where he is. Leader is going to lose his CX. He's going to help all these guys move. So 1, 1, 2, 3. Ooh. 4, 5. I will take that shot just in case. That is an 8 up 3. It's a normal morale check. The leader will take a wound. He's dead. Fucking hell. The 4, 6, 7 has to take a morale check. He breaks. And then it's a normal morale check against these guys. They're fine. Okay, well. Easy come, easy go, as they say. That is them shots. Squad W3 will do 1, bypass 2, 3, 4. I will do a subsequent for an 8, sorry, a 4 flat, I believe. 3 on 4, 2 morale check. They will break. Sniper activates. 3, 6. Where the hell do you go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has to target this leader and wounds him. I don't know why I've been thinking that it's an auto kill. I don't know why I've been rolling wound checks. It's an auto kill. It's 2 that's a wound. Ooh, I forget. I'm gonna roll this as if it does. I think if a broken unit is in the vicinity, man, leader lost morale check here. They might actually not have to if they're broken. I forget if they have to. Other units, morale level for each eliminated unit, whether by breaker when already broken, mortal wound, or any other cause after all other friendly unit with current lower. All exception. Passengers. Yeah, no, it doesn't say. Should an unbelievable broken leader unbroken blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't see anything that says it doesn't, which means these guys have to morale check. Dead and other guy's fine. So this guy's eliminated. Or sorry, he's casualty reduced. I thought he was a half squad. My bad. They will have their DM status though. Everybody's pretty much shot, except for this flamethrower and this machine gun, really. Speaking of, one, two, three, four, and these guys can't shoot at him. This guy can just stay wherever the heck he is. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna be a jerk. You go down for 1, 2, 3, 4, just to get in the building. Leader is gonna do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why not? Squad in X1 will do 1, 2, 3, 4. Doomst stack is gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really matter where they go, but I'll have them in AA5 just because less clutter, I guess. Is there any other movement I can do? Not really. I do not think so. So defensive fire phase, a lot of potential here. MMG is gonna shoot at the guy in the open. I think that's kind of the only real shot I got. 6 on 4 should be a normal morale check. They're fine. That sucks. I will final, I guess, against them. It's super risky. Yeah, it doesn't get me anything. These guys have already subsequented, and I will shoot the flamethrower as a 24 flat because the leader does not provide. 5 on 24 is a K4. That was pretty much going to happen no matter what. So that guy becomes a half squad. They will pretty much automatically ELR and break. That is it for defensive. Advanced fire phase. So the flamethrower in BB5 is going to shoot 12 flat. 9 on 12 is a normal morale check against guys in AA7. So normal morale check. Broken guy first. Why not? Good thing I did broken guy first. Reduced. And he's fine. Can't be pinned. Wouldn't get pinned. Would not be getting pinned from that anyways. So that's that guy shot. 4 up 2. Nope. I was hoping. No. Not really. No. I think that's it. So, rallies. Routes. Let's take a prep fire first. So, routes. Attacker first. So, in the case of the Germans, I'm going to have guy in Z6 will go back to Z5. The broken guy in AA6 will go same location. I'm getting really low, unfortunately, on leaders here because of all these fucking snipers. Broken unit in W6 will go to V5. X6 will do the same. That's it for the... Well, I got one more, I guess. This guy has to... 1, 2... Actually, you know what? I think I can declare a low crawl, even though it well, doesn't matter, because I have to go. I'll be closer anyway, so I'll just make it to A4. Now the Polish side, the unit AA7, sorry, is going to. I'm gonna route to BB7. I'm actually not sure if I could have gone there, but whatever. These guys, I think these guys are more prisoners because this would be interdicted by this guy, and same thing. So I'm going to have, I'm gonna have these guys become prisoners to the guy in the street. Just prisoners everywhere. Crazy. That's... There. It's really... It really opens your eyes when you realize you have to take prisoners in so many cases. Which makes a lot more sense, because, like, yeah, of course, like, why would you... You can't just failure to route people because you'd be eliminating them. But if they're failing to route, then it's because they couldn't surrender, because surrender is inherent. So, unless that's just like a not correct writing in the online one I'm using, just for ease of access or ease of use, I should say, because it's easier than loading up a PDF. But I feel like that is not the case. So, this guy can route to GG4, so we will. Advances. Well, I might as well advance, because he's pinned. It'll get me a little bonus there. Flamethrower will go into AA6, because I need to protect that against this stack. Yeah, I'm going to make this guy move, so I'm not going to have the DM guy or the DC guy go in. Leader will join the broken guys to help them out. Guy with the prisoners is fine there. Guy in Z4 will go into Y5. I don't... It would be really cool, but I don't want to send everybody in here in case they fuck up. Actually, you know what? No, I will do it, because what are the odds he says in the worst amount of foreshadowing possible? These guys will advance, and these guys will advance down. I really hope I didn't just sign my death warrant with that saying. CC. So in CC, there is potential for ambush. So Germans, Polish. Now the Polish side is not considered stealthy as far as I'm aware, but they are pinned, so they will receive a +1. Sorry, which means that the Germans do ambush them. It is 1-to-1, down 1. Pretty sure it's down 1 only, which is a miss, and that will be. Surprisingly, oh no wait, that's 1-to-2, up 1. There no result. This goes away. I thought for a second that they'd casualty reduced, but that was not the case. So that's it for German turn 5. We go to Polish turn 5. We go back to weather. We go back to not having any effects in weather. Check for pins just in case. Rally phase. Oh, this is DM'd. In light of... Yeah, I can self-rally him. He's a 6. I might as well. No. I guess technically it didn't matter, but... Leader? No. Alright. Those guys are kind of hosed. The Germans have a couple, but not in Z5. It is V5, so 2 rallies. The first is a 6-to-10. Does not happen, so DM will come off. That's it for rally phase. Prep fire. So I have to try this. I would much prefer going after CC7, but I really have to try an 8-up-3. A 10 on 8 is nothing. I got really close. Did I get a rate? No. Fuck. All right. Well, that if there's one thing that is probably gonna fail this or cause like the end of the game or whatever, that might have been the roll. Because if I could have broken that giant stack, that's not the end, but you know. I don't think I have any other prep fire, because I really need... This is gonna be so dumb. I'm gonna hate myself, but I need to do this. So first and foremost, 457 assault move to Y7. There's no reason for me not to take a 10 up 2 shot. Won't do anything, but it is for residual. This really complicates matters for the DC guy. Yeah, it really complicates stuff. I'm gonna CX him, do 2, 4, 6. And I think I'm gonna save this. And then 10-1 and the squad with the flamethrower are gonna assault move to Z6. And there's only one reaction to do, and that's shoot subsequent first fire with the 5-4-8 as a 5 up 3. So a 7 on 5 is a pin test check. Nope. And again, one of those, I really wish I'd done the other roll first. 24 firepower flat. I don't think there's anything that can happen. 11 on 24 is still a 1 morale check, but that will eliminate the flamethrower. The 4-5-8 pins, which I believe prevents use of the flamethrower. So that is use of their sport weapon, but then they will all shoot because now that the flamethrower has been shot, can't fire group. So we've got 8, 16, 24, 44, up 3. 9 on 36 is a 3 morale check. Fuck. He's pinned. And he broke. I think that was always... I think it's probably safe to say this is game. I didn't really ever think... so I have rate of fire as well. So I'll shoot the medium machine guns again. So it's a 20 up 3. It's 11 on 20, which is a normal morale check. So leader is fine, squad's fine. Okay, I've been really lucky on those rolls, but I think no matter what, it's game over. Even if I hadn't made this move, I think it's necessary. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much necessary. There's no getting around it. If I hadn't lost so many guys, especially on turn 5, that was really unfortunate to lose these guys. I just couldn't route because the DMs came off. So because you have to take the DMs off. Turn 3 was really problematic. Turn 4 is kind of, turn 4 is whatever. I don't really think that one's much of a problem. I'm gonna make another shot. So it's 44, I believe. So it's 21 up 3. 12 on 21. Pin test check, doesn't matter. 9 up 3. Nope. Yeah. There's really not much else that could have been done anyways. I'll take off the preps, take out the defensive. If I try to play this further, so routes. So guy in CC8 goes down 1. This guy becomes prisoner. Just prisoners everywhere. Prisoners everywhere. Link it. Man, this really changes the dynamic of capture unit scenarios. Like, I don't have to chase after conscripts. I can just, you're forced to route. You can't go anywhere. Well, you surrender. So as long as you don't no quarter, or as long as you don't screw that up. But yeah, like the guy in BB7 would have to route down. I can't route into the building, so he's stuck out like away from the leader. Guy with the flamethrower routes, even if he'd survived, if he survives, he gets a great shot on AA6. But the fact is that CC7 exists now as a threatened building, so getting 1 doesn't prevent anything else. Oh fuck, I don't think I've been counting the plus or the -1 for the flamethrower guy, but that doesn't really matter. I don't think it was ever, well, I think 1 was a pin, whatever, it doesn't matter. At this stage anyways. So, routes, like, these guys can route back. This guy routed. There's no other routes. Yeah, no, there's no other routes. Actually, this guy has to keep going, so he's there because this guy. Yeah, so you know, advances, like, the only thing I can think of is like, you go there, and just like try to pin down units. Doesn't, again, it doesn't really like unlock anything, but it's something to do. If we play this one, it's a ambush. There's no ambush. Pretty sure there wouldn't be. It's very close. The Polish are 1-2, and the Germans are 1-1. Nothing happens. This becomes a melee that instantly will become deadly against the Polish because reinforcements. Over here, same idea. No ambush. Now, the Germans are guarding units, and I always forget, because I never get prisoners in CC. What's the effect here? Stacking, guard, yada yada. Escape. Unless a melee exists, you must pass a normal task check to attack their guard. No and no. Alright, cool. So it would be a 1-1 from the Polish side. That's a casualty reduction, not a kill though, which then just means it goes into melee. And the Germans are guarding, so it's a 1-2. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. So if we you know, took it to its extent here, this happens. This becomes a melee, and then over here in the existing melee, Polish 1-1, German 1-1. That stays a melee. So now in the CC phase, or sorry, CC phase. Now in turn 6, nothing really matters at this point for the rest of the scenario. I can try to self rally this guy, which I don't even remember if I took off their yeah, did I take off their DM? No. So they would rally, and then I do some not self rally. I do some rallies here. First guy makes it. Second guy also makes it. That makes it everything even worse. And then I can't do anything with these guys. Oops. So self rally because he's a leader. It doesn't make it. Yeah, he doesn't make it. So leader comes back, and that's pretty much it. I would have wanted this guy here. So yeah, there's one guy. There's one Polish squad that's not affected by anything, which essentially just means it doesn't matter. Prep for our phase, like, I can't even shoot this guy, so it literally doesn't matter in that circumstance. So in the movement phase, I will have the 5-4-8 and leader go in. I can just have I can have this guy CX, so 2-4-6. This guy will go 2-4, and then they'll freely exchange prisoners because you can do that for free. This guy CX is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over here, the MMG guys. You know what? I don't need to move these guys. I don't need to move them. Well, you know what? I can bring one squad. Yeah, so the guys without prisoners will assault move. I'm going to shoot because why not? Nope. Specifically because they cower. If it wasn't for cowering, there might be an effect. No, there wouldn't be. Because they'd be one off. I don't need to move anybody else. And then you can just go here. Oh, right, yeah, no. You can, if he was here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes it, even butter. 2, 3, 5. 1, 3. Those guys aren't, yeah, it doesn't really matter. So the idea here is like, because because I don't need to threaten anybody. Like, routes, doesn't matter. There's no real routes to do anyways. Like, these guys would lose their DMs, technically. So we go to the advances, and then it's just a math problem, right? So it's like, okay, well, I have 2 squads I'm going to add here. I have 2 squads and a leader I'm going to add here. This squad will go against the leader. And then the guys with... Actually, you know what? Fuck it. The guys with prisoners will go in, and you guys will go here. So now I'm flooding every CC, right? Creating a new one as well. So on the left, it's a 14-4, which is just a 3-1. 3-1. I need an 8. Didn't get it, and then I mean I can do a 1-1, I guess, against a squad, which will kill a squad. So cool. Kind of shitty that actually happened, but whatever. Ambush, Germans, Polish. The Polish side will get an ambush. So I can just use it to say go here. But again, that doesn't solve any problems. It just delays it. Over here, it's a 12-4, so 3-1. That, man, my rolls have been terrible. 1-1, no. So this guy gets casualty reduced. And then over here, it is a 8-12, 3-1. I guess technically that's not true because these guys, he is protecting people. And then I would do like a 1 or 2-1 against the prisoner guy, which would kill him. Causes some issues with these guys because they wouldn't rearm, I don't think, because they're not the guys that killed them. I don't actually know how that would work, but I think it's fair to say, without, because it's 10:30, so we're pretty late here. Would they escape? I guess technically they would have attacked. Do their attack? Oh, only if the guard is broken. All right, never mind. Oh, okay, gotcha. I was so I wouldn't have been able to do an attack on the previous turn, anyways. I guess technically, so I could have done that, but then they rearm. Yeah, so one would rearm. So one guy would basically go back to being a green squad. There you go. So one squad would come back, essentially. But the other would not. They're escaped, but they don't, they can't do anything type idea. This stays a melee, which I guess in the grand scheme of things, this doesn't balance out, but I do get, it is possible for me to bring reinforcements. Again, this leader doesn't do anything this turn, in the sense that, so CC, blah, 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 we do CC, turn 6, and then it's weather, nothing, self-rally for the flamethrower guy. Does come back. So that comes back. That's rally phase. Germans can't do anything. Prep fire. None that I can do. That's just straight up. Flamethrower will assault move to Z7. I'm not going to shoot just because I want to wait and take a better shot. This guy will lose CX. I don't want to take a shot with him. I need him to get into the... Well, I actually can't get into the melee. So I need him to assault move to BB7 and help this one out. So defensive, it's going to be a 36 up 2. 36 up 1 against the flamethrower. I got to remember that. So up 1. So that's a 9, or sorry, a 10 on the for the leader. So 2 morale check. He's fine. And then it's a 9 against the squad. So 3 morale check. It becomes, well, it wouldn't matter. They break again. So that's, yeah, that kind of, yeah. Nothing more I can do this turn. Routes, I mean, I can just do this. This guy can go here. Advances, I'll have him join this melee. And then CC, it is 10-4. So I'm going to do a 1-2 against the squadron leader. Nope. And then 2-1 back. It's a casualty reduction. Middle one, because why not? It's a 12-6. So 1-2 for the Polish, and then 2-1 for the Germans. They will eliminate that stack. I don't think there's anything, like, I could have done, I guess, like a 3-2, but even a 3-2 wouldn't have gotten me anything, because I don't have any minuses, so that would have failed regardless. Over here it is I believe a 10-6. I don't know if the, well, I'll do 10-7. So it'll be, the Polish units will target, you know what, I'll target the 4, 6, 7 and leader. So it's a 7-5, which is just a 1-1. Huzzah, they get a result. Random selection squad will become halved. And then that was 10. I'm going to target the squad, so 2-1. No, all right. Well, that group sucks. Super fast play here, I know, but that's kind of all I can really do. I'm going to attempt to self-rally the 7 morale guy. I get it. Great. Cool. The Polish side will attempt to rally the 5. They get it. Dope. And then the flamethrower guy, they will also get it, which is kind of intense. Prep fire phase there, because why not? It's a 12-20 up 2. 9 on 20. It's a 1 morale check only, apparently. Broken. Cool. I don't care for any other rolls, because I only have the MMG that would really get rate or anything. Movement. LMG guy that just came back, 2. Can be assault move, doesn't matter. Over here, 2, 3. Take off the CX. 2, 3. This CX comes off. 4. That loads it up. I can't do more there. Yeah, and I just need the Polish units to get to me. There's nothing else they can do. Defensive fire, none, because they can't see anybody. Advanced fire phase, none. Routes. Technically, the Germans don't control this building yet, so them getting in here at least protects that. Advances, I mean, let's take prep fire off. Yeah, advances, I can just be a dick here, because you need to get through these guys. And if you can't get through them, if you shoot, actually, this just makes it impossible, because you would have to shoot to get through, and you can't shoot and move, and leaders can't provide control. So I could just flood the box, as they say, and that's it. Because I'll have 3 no matter what. So if I do CC phase, just to see, at least, like, I've played it this far, I might as well. Polish side, I'm just going to do, I think it'd just be a 1-8. Would it be 1-6? No, it'd be 1-8. So I need oh, I can't do anything. Well, I will do 1-6 against, shit. Yeah, I'll do 1-6 against the top 2 squads and leader. No. The Germans, it's like 6-1. Yeah, 6-1. Like it wouldn't. Even the other number would have been fine. Would have killed them, so it doesn't matter. So that melee goes away. Over here, we have the very tenacious group. So the Germans have a 12-7 technically. I'm just gonna attack the actual troops. So it's 2-1. Finally get kills. There's no reason not to do a 1-2. Oh baby. That changes all the math. But essentially, that would do. Fuck, I hate when that happens. 8-12. Yeah. That changes the math. What are we? Shit. All right. Well, it doesn't matter. Does it matter? No. They would get us. Oh yeah. So this is why these sorts of rules are important and why I abide by it. Well, okay. So this is more of a house rule, but frankly, I think it should. This should be very important. No matter what, is that if you're doing something, if you're getting a 6-1 leader like that, you should have to use their modifier. Now in this case, it would become a 3-2, I believe. So it'd just be casualty reduction, and it would be kill for the Polish side. So the full squad is reduced. And the Germans are wiped out. So there's no more melee. These guys do, I guess technically, yeah, they do become a green squad too. These guys. Ooh, that's an interesting question. No, I don't. No, it wouldn't matter. Wouldn't happen and wouldn't matter. All right. So so yeah. Anyways, that would be it for German turn 7. And then essentially we have the same problem as before. The box has been quote unquote flooded. I guess technically, like from a technical standpoint, I could do, for example, I will have the 237 with the MMG is going to shoot with the 227. So that's going to be a 12 firepower up 2. Sorry, up 3 because I do use the leader. Nothing. And the entire reason for this is because I can potentially move a unit. So with that not working, that, I mean, no matter what the plan is, get a 437 to go into BB6. And I don't even know why I'm trying this, because it's not about getting into the building. I have to control the building. I can't remove these guys. Yeah, that would just be game over. So, honestly, I mean, the Polish side put up a lot stronger of a resistance than I was expecting, but I think that came down more to just good rolls than anything else. Not to say that like my play was bad on either side. I think it does come down to, as I said almost 3 hours ago now, that what really is going to matter in this scenario and what's going to be important is your interpretation of the setup. So again, that setup being for the Polish side, the initial group sets up south of board 42 A5G4P3, which again is this horizontal road. Does that mean south of board 40 of that area on board 42 only, or does that include the bottom board? If it includes the bottom board, then my setup would have been different, not radically so, but different. Instead of having them all up close, which no matter what you do, you're going to be vulnerable to a flamethrower shot. You're going to be vulnerable to a fire group. Same thing on this side where I was. I think the only thing you can really do is kind of fake out 1 or 2 stacks of concealed or dummy units at most. and that's about the most you can get away with. Otherwise, yeah, if the Germans get lucky in their shots, they'll just blow past. Left side, left flank was a really good example of that. Of the Germans got really lucky shots, even though they were halved and all that, and broke the units. It wasn't just a matter of like removing concealment; it was breaking them, and then getting around and forcing surrenders and all that. I had a lot of units surrender because, again, reinterpretation of the surrender rule, which I'm going to double check just in case, but I think my interpretation is correct. I just think that most people don't play with prisoners because it's extra rules, and it's just a big problem for people to have to deal with. I could be wrong in that. Again, I'm going to read and check the rules again just in case. But it feels to me like that is the result that they're expecting to have. If you're adjacent and you cannot go anywhere without needing to low crawl or being interdicted, then you surrender. If you're unable to route and you're adjacent to a known enemy unit, you must surrender. That's how it works. Is how I'm understanding this. If you had a unit in the open, for example, in BB0F0, and you did not have an adjacent unit, but you had units that were around, you would force a unit to be eliminated because they wouldn't be able to route anywhere, but they're not adjacent, so they cannot become prisoners in that exchange. That is how I understand it. Yeah, A20.21. If anybody is curious and wants to check the rule, I would love to see or hear other people's interpretations. Are you interpreting it the same way as I am? Am I going crazy? Is this the official MMP stance? I think this is one of those. I think it's an example where MMP would benefit from having, say, a YouTube channel or some way of exploring these sorts of events. Because not to say that like, I know they have a lot of Q&As, and I know that MMP specifically does not have the manpower necessarily to do these things, because they're not funded by anybody but our purchases, as far as I'm aware anyways. So it can be a real problem to set that sort of stuff up and whatever. And I'm sure there's also people like Neil, Yulin, and Stu and whatnot that have already broached those topics. But it would be nice to have some sort of compendium that you could just click and see a video explanation of it, or it in action. Because sometimes visually it's nicer to see that sort of stuff explained in a visual format. And maybe that just means that maybe I should get off my ass and do that. I don't know. But with the way I'm interpreting it, it did mean that a lot of units became prisoners of war, which technically makes sense. And then there might have been a point in this scenario where I should have probably just said, screw it, I'll declare no quarter, because I'm surrounding the units anyways, and they're going to have to they'll just get eliminated for failure to route, rather than carrying around prisoners, and then the eventual CC causes me to have some problems there. Outside of the prisoners and the however you want to determine if it's poor setup or not, I don't think it was bad, but I think the only thing differently to do is maybe instead of having some units super close, is you have them in a building, maybe in these woods, so you force the Germans to have to go up at least a little bit. This side, there's not much you can do. You kind of have to be up front, otherwise you're in the brush, which I was afterwards, and did a good job there. But the middle is just a very big problem of LOS type idea. Other than that, I actually like this scenario. It did not feel like it was too out of place for either side, in the sense that the reinforcements, while they do come late, I had a huge advantage at the start, and it didn't feel like that was immediately washed away because the reinforcements came in turn 4, and it didn't feel like on the Polish side like I needed to I needed to have those reinforcements earlier. It's really more a question of if I hadn't gotten unlucky on some routes, if I hadn't gotten unlucky on some morale checks and some pins especially, I think screwed me over on like 2 turns. If you didn't have those problems, then I would have been able to get into, say, this building in Y4, and that would have given me a better position than Z1, Z2, just for it being a strategic building. Having the left flank disintegrate immediately did not help me because I just had German troops go around, made it easier. So that sort of stuff. Scenario Archive seems to point this as being a very well-balanced scenario. It seems to be 100% 50-50. On the Archive, it's 13-12, but in Roar, it is 26-27. So, honestly, if I cannot, really what it comes down to, I cannot endorse Pulling in Flames enough. If you want early war action, Germans versus Polish, throw in a couple of scenarios with like Hungarians or Slovakians in there, whatever the case may be. It is a chunky module. It is very light on special rules. I actually need to check. I think there's one, maybe another one I've forgotten to mark yet. Yeah, this module has 45 scenarios. If you somehow cannot enjoy this pack even after like 10 scenarios, and that's really being like rude to it, these scenarios are awesome. I love them. They're really good. There's a couple scenarios that seem, heavily favored on one side or another. Just scrolling through on the Archive, there seems to be one that is 91% German. Spearhead. Which one is this one? Definitely haven't seen it yet. This is 13 September, so we're way off on seeing it. There's a couple of them that seem highly favored for the Germans, and by highly I mean over 75%. There's a few of them that are same in reverse for the Polish. I see one that's was 67, 72%, 73% Polish, 63% Polish, 83% Polish. Where else? I know there's at least another one I think I saw that was pretty 74% Polish. So there's a bunch of that. Like I said, Slovakians show up. I think there's 4 scenarios? 3? 2? Maybe 3. German SS are in there. Boo, obviously. Only 4, I think. So it's not... They don't... they're not a huge part of it, which is great. Because fuck them. And the Russians are also in this. If you thought that the Russians do not have a presence in this, well, change your attitude. They are in, and it's very cool. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot more Bounding Fire production stuff in the future. This isn't me trying to like preempt. I won't touch their stuff because I've played a lot of Pulling in Flames already. I look forward to other stuff. I'm just super excited at how this scenario turned out, how balanced it felt. And I hope that people watch these videos and look at Bounding Fire if they have not already. If you're getting into ASL, honestly, Bounding Fire is one of the it's hard to rank them all, but Bounding Fire is really, it's up there. They give you a lot of bang for their buck. So, anyways, that has been me for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed. Before I go, I do want to replay an alert.
Stick to me like glue. Keep your eyes open.
Baron von Saren, interesting name. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. I hope to see everybody on Saturday. Saturday we will be continuing the campaign game, barring any sort of extreme circumstance. If anybody is watching this in the current time frame, so 13 May is the date right now, and you're interested and you want to participate on the Monday games, shoot me a message. I would love to be playing a human, if only because I think it's more fun than it is just playing by myself. So all that said, have a lovely week. I will see you on Saturday, hopefully barring any mishaps. So bye, have a good one.